guys, my name is Lilly and today I'm going to sleep at my favorite camp in the forest, which is my bug out camp. Stay tuned. Long time no see. Wow, I haven't been here in a very long time, and that's because I've moved to another place. So I'm really happy that finally I made it back to my bug out camp here. So this is the watchtower that I have started to build, and maybe today I have time to continue building it a little bit. It's more of a hunting plant than a watchtower. A while ago I have installed this air tunnel here, so the fireplace is going to suck in air from here, and underneath the tunnel it's going to travel into the fireplace and it comes out here, and with this tunnel system the fire is going to burn much better. Okay, normally I would split this log with an axe, but I want to show that you can do this with a knife as well. So for this you just baton your blade into the wood. And you start at the rim and then you work your way into the center. And with this you can make really small kindling. And this is the APO-1, which is my own design. It's a very robust survival knife, which comes with a very thick tip, and it's full tank construction. So this is made for batoning, and you can baton without having the fear of breaking the knife, because the steel is very tough. At the end here you can see an emergency hammer, so with this you can hammer stuff, and also you can take the knife in reverse and put your finger on the hammer, and then you have more control over the blade. So if you're interested in this knife, make sure that you check out my website. The link is in the description below. So I'm taking the wood here and I put it away out of the cold and the wet ground, because then it will burn more easily. And also with these sticks here I'm going to carve a couple of feather sticks. Okay, here I have a trail camera and I want to install it down there in the ravine, and maybe we are lucky and we are going to film or photograph a deer or something, or maybe a fox, because in this area here we have a lot of foxholes, so there are definitely fox around here. Now I'm going to install this camera down there. Unfortunately I only have one trail camera, so it would be awesome to have like 3 or so and watch every direction of the camp. This here is actually good firewood. This is a branch that came off this tree here. And this is actually a beech tree. So we can use this branch for firewood. It might be a little bit moist at the outside, but inside it should be dry. Hello! What's up? What's happening? Pippi. I always let her carry her own food in the survival backpack that she has. Go. Choppy, choppy. Yeah, choppy. There are a couple of trees which have broken and fallen over. So now I try to salvage most of it. This tree here is still green, and you can tell because the cambium layer is green instead of brown. So this tree must have gotten knocked over by another tree, probably from this one here. Yeah. So this one was alive. But then when the other one fell on this tree, this got knocked over. And that's why it's still very heavy, because it's still moist at the inside. I'm laying some of the firewood down into the fireplace, just so that I have a base which is dry and not moist. I'm now going to make the bed for Amy. She wants to sleep somewhere in the shelter, and I've just taken out all of the firewood in the corner, and this is now going to be her space. And on the ground I'm going to use this picnic blanket, which is insulated. And this is her bed that I've taken with us today because it's going to be really cold in the night. We expect -4 degrees Celsius. Okay.
Betty. It's Betty, Karin, Betty. Betty.
She has to get used to it.
Yeah.
Also today I'm going to use this mat here, which is a down mat. So there's real down inside and it's going to be really warm. And this was really expensive. I believe it cost me like 200 euros. So it's ultralight and still very warm. Good for winter time. The only thing is you cannot have it near the fire, so I have to hide it in the bag. And I will just throw it into here. And then I take my wool blanket and cover it. So now it's protected from the embers from the fire. And that's the lamp for tonight. It's a self-built lamp, which I'm using. And it runs with a 18650 battery and you can recharge it with USB. Yeah, Amy, we make fire.
Good.
Yeah, pretty awesome. So next time I'm going to nail down the logs and then I make like something that you don't fall off the plant, and then maybe a seat or something, and a roof of course. Amy has made herself cozy in her bed, and I gotta say that she's more susceptible to cold. So my old dog was quite different. The other dog that we had, he was really like fat and had a lot of muscles, and he was male. He had like 10 kilograms more than her, and he was really big. So he would sleep outside, no problem. But she's a little bit like, you know, just like me, too thin. Go, Amy. Okay, now it's time to grill some meat. And here I have this old grill, and to sanitize it I just throw it on the coals, and then I wait a little bit until it gets really hot, Then I clean off the grill, and then it should be clean and it shouldn't have any germs on it anymore. And afterwards we can put on the meat. Time for some good organic pork. Bon appetit. Das ist viel zu, das gebe ich da. Organic meat is the best. You can't beat it. Das ist los. I always make sure that I clean off the knife before I put it into the sheath, because otherwise you will get your sheath dirty and that sucks. We are almost out of firewood, so now we are cutting this half-dead beech which was sticking in the ground, but there's still ice on it. So I'm just laying it beside the fire so that the water can run off, and then when it's dry we are going to feed it to the fire. Okay guys, it's time to go to bed, and here I have my down mat which I want to inflate now. And for inflating the down mat you have to use this thing here. You don't want to inflate the down mat with your mouth, because otherwise you will get wet down at the inside because your breath is wet, so you have to use this thing here. So on top I have a really warm wool blanket. Then I have a sleeping bag, a down sleeping bag, a down sleeping mat, and 2 more insulation mats. And right now we have 5 degrees Celsius. Yeah. And with the fire going, it should be pretty warm, especially when we let down the plastic. Okay guys, so I've let down the thing here, the plastic sheeting. And now I can still feel the warmth from the fire, but I'm getting really toasty inside of the shelter, which is nice. Okay, of course Amy doesn't want to stay down at her bed. No, she has to come here and lie at my sleeping bag. So that's it guys. I hope that we get some sleep and that it doesn't get too cold. Alright, so actually I slept pretty early in the night, which is unusual for me, but then at 1 o'clock I fell out of the bed. So at 1 o'clock I was lying down here, and gladly I did not hurt myself, but you know, I fell down and then I woke up and I didn't know where I was, and my cameraman asked me, "What are you doing?" And yeah, then I woke up and realized, oh, I'm on the floor. So yeah, that was a pretty unpleasant wake up. But actually my sleeping system worked, so I was not cold at all, and right now we have 0 degrees Celsius. So I'm really good. Alright guys, so this is it for today. I really want to thank you for watching. And if you want to see more overnighters, make sure that you are subscribing to my channel. Stay tuned.